We'll see. Hello, my fair flows, and welcome to the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. I've heard of this game, but I've never actually played it before. I heard it was a real fun game when it first came out, and it's my turn to enter the Stanley Parable. Oh my god, that was the greatest. Okay, let's begin.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Okay,
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he
right.
was employee number 427.
Okay,
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at
okay,
his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard.
okay,
Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push,
okay,
how long to push them, and in what order. This is what
okay.
employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job.
Interesting.
Stanley was happy.
Okay.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that
Stanley
would
woke
forever
up.
change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
He
He had
woke
been
up.
at his desk for nearly an hour when he
Yeah.
realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him
Oh.
to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in
Oh.
all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay. Hello.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Hey, where's the meeting room? I like work. Just hate my boss. Interesting. Oh my god, room number 420. Ah! Okay, where's the meeting room? What is that? Interesting. Room number 456. Like Squid Game. I hate Mondays. Don't we all? Don't we all? Just some. Oh,
Stanley came to a set of two open doors. He entered the door on his left.
okay.
Yet there
There
was
we
not
go.
a single person here either. Feeling a wave
To
of
friggin'
disbelief,
effect.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up inside you. Tip it all out passive aggressively on other coworkers. Oh, home closets.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Well, wait a minute.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Well, now I don't trust you. Now I'm gonna touch every single thing in here.
If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
All right. I'm going. Jeez. What?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
What happens if I go down? Interesting. All this is very interesting. Whoa, nice office. Executive bathroom. Don't mind if I do. Oh, wow. Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money, Chris. Mr. Boss.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not
Yeah.
have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his
Ugh.
boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss
What?
had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known
Yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah. Or could he have? Because he read the notes on the desk. No, no, no.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the
What
correct
the?
code
Hello?
by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
When was all this in the office? Okay, I'm kind of scared now. I didn't know this was a horror game. I guess he just. Uh-oh.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question
Yeah.
would not go unanswered for long.
Oh gosh.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Um. Okay. Stanley did in fact do that. This is disturbing.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television
Whoa.
screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have
I
the
don't know.
strength to find out?
Of course I do.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the
Whoa.
building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Where am I? What number was I again? 426? Something along the lines of that. That sucks. Hmm.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Stanley, I'm
No.
afraid I'm the one
He
controlling. Oh,
refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he
yeah.
truly
I'm
spent
sorry.
his entire life
I'm sorry.
utterly
I'm sorry,
blind to the
Stanley.
world?
Sorry, Stanley. At least we have a quite unnervingly similar name.
But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content, walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of
Wow.
his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For
Okay.
he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Oh, this is it. Now we make the choice. Hello? Is that it?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it
Okay.
over?
Yeah.
Yes. He had
Whoa.
won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do,
What to
or
do
how to feel.
or how to feel.
Whatever life he lives, it will be his.
It will be his.
And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Or did he? Or did he? Or Stanley went back to turn the machine back on. I don't know why I thought that would work. Very odd.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen.
Wow.
And Stanley was happy.
Wow. Nice. I just got an achievement for getting my first achievement. Oh, wow. And does this show the current time? No, it does not. But that's all right.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
Oh,
decided to go to
shoot.
the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Now what happens if we go through the right door?
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to
Yeah,
stop
maybe
by
he
the
forgot.
employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah, maybe he did. 4B9.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Wow, what an amazing room.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Maybe he didn't. Maybe he took the first door straight ahead.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Okay, buddy. Yeah. Do not jump from cargo lift while in this English.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact
Ah!
is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you forgot. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero
I'm
consideration for
sorry. I'm
others? Are
sorry.
you
Okay, I
that
just had to go.
convinced that I want
I
something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me
it
prove it.
was
Let me
beautiful.
prove that I'm on your
Okay.
side. Give me a
Okay.
chance.
I'm sorry. I'll give you a chance. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll give you a chance. What do you want?
Now listen carefully, this is important.
Okay.
Stanley walked through the red door.
You see, red means danger most of the time, and blue means water, and water is a great source of life. So I'm afraid I'm gonna have to step through the blue door. I'm
Aha,
sorry.
perhaps you misunderstood.
What?
Stanley walked through the red door.
Ah, Stanley doesn't like the red door.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the... All right,
I'm
fine, go
sorry.
ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this
Oh,
road you've
no,
chosen?
I
Well, don't
regret it.
let
I
me
regret it. I
stop you.
regret. It's gonna be absolutely nothing. It's gonna be a dead end. What? Uh-oh. We're getting to default textures. He's gonna be like, well, this area is actually unfinished.
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even
Uh,
finished building this section of the map because you were
oh my
never supposed to be
god.
here in the first place.
What's
Broken
that
rooms,
though?
exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it
I'm
worth
sorry.
ruining the entire story I'd written
I'm
out
sorry.
specifically for you?
I'm
Do not think I
sorry.
put a lot of time into that, because I did.
I
And in
know.
the end,
I
it was
know.
all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see.
I know.
Help
I'm
me here,
sorry.
Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable
I just
desires of
I
yours.
wanted to
What
get
would
the
have made this
achievement.
game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with
A
me. You've
vehicle would
given
be
me
nice.
absolutely nothing so
I
far.
would like a
Tell you
vehicle.
what,
I would.
let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback.
Okay.
There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of
Oh.
where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley.
Okay.
Take it for a spin.
Okay, I see. Not bad.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical
I'll
feedback
give
here.
you. Honestly, I'm gonna give you a 3
Oh, of
here.
course. A 3. Really? Maybe next time we
What?
can get you to form an actual opinion, you know?
Oh,
Any
yeah, you
level
think
of
you're so
critical
funny, huh?
thinking or engagement with your surroundings. Does that sound
I'm
good?
sorry.
Think we can do that?
I just want
Yes?
to give you an honest opinion.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new
What?
version. And to be perfectly candid,
Uh,
I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a
okay.
look. Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
Wait, is this real? This is actual people? Oh, wait, what? Oh, this has not been 7 hours. Friendless empty. Okay, you didn't have to do. You know what? Fuck you. You didn't have to do me like that. I'm gonna rate this into experience. That. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. What? Um, Mr. Narrator, I'm stuck. Uh, Hello? I'm stuck! I get it. I get it now. I get it now. I think I might have to restart the game. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I have to. Oh my god.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Let's see what happens if we go down the stairs this time.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
But what if we don't? What if we go downstairs? Huh.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all?
True.
None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
Yeah.
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Whoa!
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts.
Oh, please.
And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be?
Wait, what?
Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice...
Okay.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
What? That's different.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way. Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think?
There's an achievement for that?
No.
There's an achievement. I didn't even know. I'm sorry. I didn't even know.
Away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks.
I'm sorry.
Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes.
Oh, come on!
50 clicks.
Ah!
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be
Ah!
a true reward for
Maybe
valiant
I
effort.
do
I want to
want
see
the
some
achievement now.
hustle,
Well, now you're just
Stanley.
okay.
I want to see commitment, a willingness to go
Okay,
all the way no matter what the cost. Why don't you
right.
go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Door number 417. What's 417? Right.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
Is that back here? Okay. Um. 4, 3.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open
No!
doors, he entered the door on his
No!
left.
Maybe 437 is somewhere around here. Oh man.
Yet there was not a single
Tried.
person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh. What the hell was that? Stop! Are you singing? Are you singing to the elevator music? What? No. Okay, guys, I don't think there's anything here. That was a huge, not really a waste of my time. I just got to relax a little, you know?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling book through the large door that read
Or
Mind
did
Control
he?
Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
What? No, you wouldn't. Right?
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly
Yep.
confront his death.
I'm not afraid. Yeah. What the?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his
Oh!
demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and
No.
shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator,
What?
as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a
What?
single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
At least it was instant. What?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Thank you. What?
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start? Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
I can turn the parable off? I mean,